Hello everyone, welcome back to video number 2 of the Stormy Rainy Day art lesson. These are the materials you're going to need. A pair of scissors, some liquid glue preferably. If you don't have liquid glue, that's okay. You can use a glue stick, a pencil, an eraser. You will also need the construction paper that was handed out. You had some small yellows and some big blacks. And of course, your watercolored paper from video number 1 needs to be completely dry. If your paper is still wet, I would like you to come back to this tomorrow for video number 2. All right, I'd like you to take your pencil, flip your paper over, and I'd like you to write your name on the back. I'm gonna write my name right here. You're gonna write your name, and then you're gonna flip it back over. And I am going to show you Sarah's workstation. I have to share with her my construction paper.
Can I show my name?
Oh, sure. So this Sarah wrote her name. It's nice enough for me to read.
Can I show them mine when it's totally dry?
Yes, this is Sarah's paper. It's totally dry. She used 3 colors. She used purple, blue, and black in order to create the feeling of a stormy, rainy day. All right, Sarah, I'm going to hand you some yellow construction paper and some black construction paper.
I'll come down to that.
Yeah. Here you go.
No, there's 3, so you're going to have to give me half of that.
I know, and everybody should have gotten 2 black pieces of paper and several pieces of yellow paper, okay? So 2 black pieces of paper should be plenty. You're going to need to use your paper wisely because unless you have black paper at home and yellow paper at home.
And if it's bent like mine, my mom can flatten it with stuff.
Yes, so when I go ahead and collect these and put them into the portfolios, I flatten the work before I mount or while I'm mounting. This is Sarah. Hi Sarah, you all ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome, yes. Please remind us how to keep a very positive mindset while we're doing our art.
Number 1, always try your best. Number 2, if you get frustrated, take a deep breath. Count to 10, take a deep breath, and try again. Number 3, everyone's art will turn out differently. Your artwork is uniquely yours. Number 4, art is not perfect, and diamond approval. Always have fun.
Yeah, so we're going to have a good time. We're going to remember that we're just trying our best. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking to have fun and try our best. We're looking to persevere if things get tough. Persevering means that you
try again. Like if you mess up, just keep trying.
Yeah, you just keep trying, okay? And if you need a break during the video, you can press pause, take a break, take a deep breath, maybe get some wiggles out outside.
What are we going to do first? Like, what are we going to do first on the paper?
You're wondering what we're going to do first?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you.
All right. We wrote our name and then second.
We did. We wrote our name. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. What we've already done is we've created a watercolor background using the wet on wet technique where we had the colors run together. And the tone that we're looking for is a stormy, rainy day. So that's why we picked the colors we did. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create some images using our construction paper and our scissors to make it appear as though this is a scene outside and the wind is blowing. So if the wind is blowing really...
I want to try to do a tree.
Yeah, we're going to do a tree. If the wind is blowing, is the tree standing straight up or is it being pushed to the side?
Being pushed to the side.
Yeah. If it's a really big storm, the wind will most likely be having it being pushed to the side. What do you think the weather is typically like on a stormy, rainy day? It kind of already says it in the title.
It's stormy and it's raining.
It's stormy and it's raining. So what type of clouds do you see on a stormy, rainy day in the sky?
Gray.
A lot of gray clouds.
Sometimes thunder.
Sometimes you hear thunder. What could you see in the sky?
Rain.
Rain, you could see rain in the sky. When there's thunder, there's something else that happens too. Lightning. Thank you, Sarah. So what we're going to do is we're going to create that scene using our construction paper. So I'll show you where I left off the last time I was doing this lesson. I didn't finish it, but this is my work in progress. Okay, here's my tree. It's blowing in the wind this way. And then the leaves are falling off of the tree right here. I'm going to show you another example. This is Sammy's.
You haven't put it in double.
I have not yet, no. he has lightning coming out of his sky. The sun is over here, or maybe that's the moon. Yeah, Sarah and I were talking about how maybe that's the moon. There's a dark cloud right here with rain falling out of the cloud. He has a tree being blown by the wind, and he had his ground here, and perhaps this is a rock, Sarah and I thought.
Yeah.
And then this is Joey's.
I kind of thought that was like a little wave because they're not the beach, because that looks like a tree.
Oh, so Sarah said maybe we need to ask Sammy. So maybe this is a beach, and this is the ocean over here, and this is a wave, and this is a
it is actually, because look at, you see that?
Yeah, it could be. It could be a wave, and then this is like a palm tree blowing in the wind, and this is the sand over here. We'll have to ask Sammy. So, and then this is the cloud and the rain. Excuse me, I didn't have that up. I didn't have the image up enough. So Sarah was saying that this is the ocean and this is the wave. These are more waves, and then a palm tree blowing in the wind, and then the sand. Okay? All right, so if you notice in Joey's here, he used several pieces of paper to create this tree.
That looks like a rock.
You think that looks like a rock?
Yeah.
Okay, so he used several pieces of paper. I don't know if you can tell from where you are viewing, but right here is one piece. Then here is another piece cut out. Here's another
what's
piece.
What's going to be our background?
I haven't decided yet. Here's another piece and another and another, okay? So what you can do is you don't have to actually cut an entire tree out. You can cut out pieces and create a tree.
Can we start with the ground?
We are going to start with the ground, so let's get going. So grab your black paper, and like I said, you don't need to use one piece of paper to create the entire thing that you're creating. And look, your black paper, Sarah, does not go the whole length of our watercolor, right?
Yeah, so you could do another.
So you're going to need to do multiple, okay? So go ahead and start cutting what kind of ground you might like. It can be straight, it can be curved, whatever you'd like. And you need to be very mindful of how you're using your paper, because what the materials you have is what is provided, okay? So I use the bottom of my paper, and I'm just going to keep working my way up. So here's my ground. I'm going to strategize. I'm not gluing yet. Not gluing yet.
Ocean?
I haven't really thought about it, if this is an ocean or land. What are you thinking, Sarah?
Thinking of a land.
You're going to do land? Okay, so now I have this part of my paper covered, but I need a little bit more over here. So I can take my paper that I just cut, and look what I can do, Sarah. I can kind of put it next to it like this.
Oh, I lost it.
Oh, you lost it in there?
Yeah.
Oh, here. You get, oh, we lost it. Sarah lost her paper in the bench. Oh, hang on.
This is mine.
Oh, okay, all right.
Mom, that's mine.
That's yours. Okay, so go ahead and lay it down. We're not gluing yet. So look what strategy I'm going to use. So this is where I cut, right? And I'm going to cut some more. So I can.
But there's a little more, like a little more space in it, because this space is more tinier than.
Right. Exactly. So watch what I'm doing next. And it doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just going to try my best. So I'm taking the paper that I just cut, and I'm putting it next to the paper over here that I cut off.
Well, I can't really cut like this straight one, so.
Great. Then just know what distance. You're looking to see the distance. So what you could do is with your pencil, you could do a little mark. So I can eye it like this and do a little mark for where I'm going to start my cut right there. Do you see that? Sarah's marking hers. She's putting it right next to it and marking it. And then this is my wavy part here. So this is going to be, I'm going to do a straight line there.
I just did a little.
Yeah, that works. Okay, so now I have my little pencil mark right here, and I'm just going to cut a straight line. And obviously it's going to be too long, and that's okay. But I'm just going to do it all the way across.
I'm going to do it halfway.
You're going to do it halfway. I'm going to do it all the way across because maybe I'll use that paper when I'm making my tree. Okay, so now I can go like this. So I can put it next to it.
Did I just do exactly?
We did our best. And then I'm going to measure it. I'm going to lay it down and measure it with my eyes. And then I'm going to come over here and measure it with my eyes. And I'm gonna cut it and I'm gonna give it a little bit of space so that I can really cut it later. So see how I cut it like that and it went off my paper? Now I have given myself a little bit of room to overlap or however I want to do it.
Mom, look it.
Yeah. Yeah, so you'll just need to cut a third piece. No big deal. So Sarah cut 2 and now she's going to cut a third one. Okay. Oh, or look, you can use that one too. Okay, so I have my ground all done. And look, it's not perfect. It doesn't totally line up perfectly, and I'm just going to be okay with that. Next, we're going to do our tree. So when I think of a tree trunk and I think of a really crazy, windy, rainy storm, I don't think of my tree standing straight up. I think of my tree bending over. And the shape of a tree trunk is similar to a, okay, so Sarah, I think you need to just cut it all the way across. I think you need to cut it all the way across so that you're not, there, or you could do that. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so Sarah's figuring out her ground. All right.
Mom,
Okay.
I don't want to do it all over again.
No, you don't have to. Use the pieces of paper that you have. Okay, so when I think of a tree
Mom, I'll
trunk,
just overlap it a little bit, and then this can like.
all right. We're not gluing yet though. You just pop it down and
I'm just gonna put it right there.
and just have it. We're planning right now. Okay. So when I think of a tree trunk, I think of the shape of a rectangle. But I need to do like a bendy rectangle, like one that's kind of bending over.
So like start like it. So like start like right here and then.
You can start here and have it go off to the side. So I'm going to take my
I'm gonna
black
do that.
paper and I'm going to go like this. I'm going to start mine right here and I'm going to go up and then I'm going to go and bend it. I'm going to make mine really bend. And then I can even have it come up a little bit like that.
I'm gonna not bend so much.
Now, this paper right here I'm going to save because I might be able to use it for rain or leaves falling. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the other part to make my trunk. So I might come at an angle here like this.
Oh, Mommy. Is that good?
Yeah.
Maybe a
We are just trying our best. So here I'm making my trunk bend to the side.
Can I see them? Oh.
So here's mine. Here's my trunk. And there's your trunk. And they're uniquely different, right? Okay, plot where you're going to put it. Are you going to put it here?
I kind of want to put a little bigger.
Are you going to put it here? You can do more than one tree, by the way. Okay, I think I'm going to put mine here. So I'm plotting it out. Now I need more branches. So I'm just going to continue to cut curved branches. And I can even use this to cut curved branches because I already have curves going. So here's a curved branch. That could go right there maybe. Here's another curved branch. Maybe I can make it a little bit more curved like this. Here's a curved branch. So I'm just doing a bunch of curves all over. And I'm going to kind of plot it out.
My new one that's
Sure.
bigger.
Yeah, that looks great.
Because I need it a
little longer. You can always add, if you want to add to it, you can always cut more and keep adding to it. So I'm just making
should
a
I
bunch
do it
of...
this way or should I do it that way? I think
Well, you have to decide which way your wind is blowing. So that's a good question. Sarah said, should I have mine blowing this way
so
or
then
that
you're
way?
going to have to make it go like that.
So, Sarah, excellent point again. If your wind is blowing that way, then you need to make all your things blowing that way, to the right. If your wind is blowing to the left, you need to make all your things blowing to the left. So I'm going to keep cutting. I have my paper. I'm trying my best to use my paper wisely. Here we go. All right, so I can do this. I'm just doing a bunch of curved strips for our branches. I can be all over the place. I'm really trying to use my paper that I've already cut. Okay, how are you feeling, Sarah?
Good.
Okay, so here's my tree. I'm pretty happy with my tree. Sarah, how are you doing with your tree?
Great.
Okay, so Sarah's plotting her tree. She's making it blow in the wind. I have my ground. Okay, I could do another tree right here if I wanted to. I could do another tree over here if I wanted to. Not as much space, but I still could. So right now what I want you to do is work on either 1 or 2 trees or maybe even 3 depending. But remember, you only have 2 pieces of black paper to work with.
2 pieces
2.
of...
Yeah, everybody should have gotten 2 pieces of black paper. I really hope everyone got 2. If you only got 1, that's fine. Look, I'm done with my tree and my ground, and look at how much black paper I still have. And this right here, this scratch paper.
Oh, I have a little more, but I just like that one.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna cut out maybe a little shrub that's blowing in the wind. So maybe this is a little shrub that's going off in the wind like this. I've angled my shrub like that, blowing in the wind. I could do another shrub blowing in the
what
wind.
is a shrub? Oh, yeah, that.
A shrub is a very short plant.
Yeah.
A low-lying
Look at
plant.
my tree.
I love it. Okay, keep designing. Everybody's cutting and designing. I might do, here's my little paper right here. I might do some leaves that have fallen off my tree. So I could do a little almond-shaped leaves. Like that.
Show them mine.
You could do almond-shaped leaves like that. Yeah, here's Sarah. Sarah wants to show you what she's plotted out. Thank you, Sarah, for sharing. Awesome.
Now I want to do like a cloud.
Okay, you can do clouds. You can just start going, okay? Clouds and rain and leaves, things blowing in the wind. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more little almond cuts for leaves that could be flying off my tree. Here we go. They could be all different sizes.
Can I show them my cloud?
Sure, go ahead and show them your cloud. There's Sarah's cloud. It's a dark, dark cloud.
A black one.
A black cloud. I'm doing all different size leaves.
I think I should do another one.
Sure, you can do multiple clouds. I have some leaves here. I could even make a big pile of leaves if I wanted to. That would take a lot of time and a lot of paper, but you have to use, remember, you got to use your paper wisely. Okay, so here's some leaves falling out of the sky for mine. And I can even make some leaves clinging to my branch. And you can see, here, I'll show you. I'm going to do a leaf clinging to my branch. And then you can really see that the wind is blowing like this, right?
Can I show my second cloud? And I'm going to show. So this is my first one, and this was my second one.
Beautiful.
And
awesome.
This one is bigger because I wanted this one to be a little smaller.
I'm really appreciating how positive you're being, Sarah.
Like that.
That's great. So it's really important to have a positive attitude when we're working. It makes things in life so much more fun.
I'm going to do rain, Mom.
You can do some rain. I'm doing some leaves blowing in the wind off within my tree. Maybe I'll do another one right here.
The rain is going to be so much more.
Oh. And you decide what shapes you're going to be using. Just simple shapes can be connected together, right? You can have, there's some leaves blowing in the wind. Here's some leaves that have actually flown off my tree, blowing in the wind. You can imagine, I can tell that the wind is coming from this direction, from this side, the left, and it's blowing to the right. So you want to make it obvious where your wind is coming from and where it's blowing to. So I'm going to give you...
do kind of the rain, kind of this way, because the rain is blowing.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm just going to show you again for more inspiration. Here's Joey's. And here is Sammy's. See, they're using all different shapes for their rain. And then here was mine that I didn't actually finish. And the wind is blowing. I'm just noticing this. We're all going to the right. Maybe because I'm right-handed? I don't know.
Well, the people who are watching this, they might be going to the left.
That you could be going to the left. You do exactly what you like. Okay, so I'm going to keep designing. I'm going to do some clouds.
Like me?
Uh-huh.
This is the rain is going to do it a while.
And clouds are typically not geometric shapes, right? They're non-geometric shapes.
Yeah, they look like, sometimes they look like animals.
Yes, sometimes when I'm looking at the clouds, I can see pictures if I use my imagination.
Yeah, I always.
Do you do that, Sarah? You look at the clouds?
Sometimes I see like a triangle or something.
You can overlap your clouds. I'm gonna do some clouds overlapping. These are my dark storm clouds. They're overlapping like this. So here I am. Okay.
Can I use them? Those are your clouds.
Yeah, this is how I chose to make my clouds.
No, can you show them where's my clouds?
Yeah, I can show them where you are. Here's Sarah, and this is her plotting and planning. Okay, so I want you to keep plotting and planning with your black construction paper. Pause the video and wait until you're totally done with your black construction paper and you've plotted and you have everything where you want it to be. And then I want you to press the play. I'm not done, but I'm gonna move on. I want you to press the play button once you're done plotting with your black construction paper, and I want you to come back and we're gonna do some yellow. We're gonna do either a moon or a sun. You can decide. It could be a full moon, a half moon, a crescent moon.
I think I'm gonna do a full moon.
It could be a full moon. It could be a sliver of a moon.
Are cool. Like today, well, yesterday it was a full moon.
The moon can be hiding behind your clouds and just peeking out a little bit, or it could be between two clouds. It could be off to the right, off to the left. It could be low in the sky. It could be high in the sky. So you decide. So let's all do a moon.
Do I do it right now?
You can keep going with what you're doing. If you're back with me and Sarah right now, that means that you are done plotting and planning with your black construction paper and you are ready to work with yellow, because this is going to be our last step before we glue. So I have decided that I am going to do I think I'm going to do a full sun, okay? So I'm going to do a full sun.
Oh, you're
So,
doing a sun now?
So I'm going to just cut a circle, and I'm going to do it big, and I encourage everyone to do it big because guess what? You can always cut it down, but once you've cut it, you cannot do magic and make your circle bigger again. But if the circle is too big, you can always cut it smaller. All right, here's my circle. I'm going to put it, I think, maybe I'll have my sun be behind my cloud. Like that. What do you think?
If we were doing our lesson of a little like sunset, then I would. Well, no. If we were doing our lesson of just like the outside and just in the daytime, I would do that.
You would? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I have my sun, and now I'm going to do some lightning strikes. So there are two ways you could do this. You can either do one.
Oh, I want to learn how to
one cut. Oh, you want to do it with me then?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay. You could either do it with, I'm going to show you because Sammy and Joey did it differently. Sammy did it using one, bless you, he did it using one cut. He zigged, he zagged, and he zigged, okay? He zigged, he zagged, and he zigged. He just did one piece of paper. Joey did it a different way. He did 3 different teeny tiny skinny rectangles, long and skinny.
do I do my moon?
I thought you wanted to do, you wanted to learn about the lightning first. The order doesn't matter. Whatever you like. Okay, so Joey did it. He did a long skinny rectangle here, then a short skinny rectangle, and then another longer skinny rectangle, and then he just put them all together. So 2 different strategies. You can either try to do it all in one cut.
Oh, do we go like
That's your choice. You can do it all in one cut, or you can do it like this, where you do a rectangle, and then a rectangle, and a rectangle, and you glue it together. A lot of different ways to create the same effect, okay? So I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do one with skinny rectangles, and then I'm going to do another with just one cut, okay? So here is my yellow paper, and I'm going to be careful to use my paper wisely, use the space of my paper wisely, so I'm going to cut on the edge. So here's a skinny rectangle I have right
Oh my
here.
gosh, I did my first, and I just didn't stop cutting.
Okay, so here's Sarah's right here.
I didn't stop cutting, I just...
That's beautiful. And you can do as many as you'd like, as many lightning bolts as you'd like.
See, I just did up, that, up.
You zigzagged it? Okay.
So I'm going to do 2, I think.
Okay. And then here's another rectangle. So Sarah and I are doing it different methods. Here's another rectangle. And here's my last rectangle. And I can even make my last rectangle pointed at the end, like a triangle point at the end, because it's crashing down, right? You can have your lightning bolts up in the air, high in the sky. You can have them crashing into your tree, breaking a branch even. You can have it crashing onto the ground.
Wait, how is that even possible for the lightning to get all the way down? It has to be a big tree, like so tall.
Yeah, it lightning finds trees, it finds the ground.
Okay, I did my 2.
Okay, I'm going to show them where you are. So this is where I am plotting and planning my stormy, rainy day. Sarah, let me see where are you going to put your lightning bolts? Okay. So you could even put lightning bolts coming out, down from the clouds. So many different places you could put it. Okay. So you can have it crashing onto the ground, crashing into your tree. Okay. So here.
It's gonna be like that.
Here's where Sarah is. She's going to keep going. I'm going to keep going.
I'm going to do my moon now.
Okay, you're going to do a moon instead of a sun?
Yeah, well, it's going to be like yours, but a little tinier.
Okay, so I did it the way that Joey did it there. Now I'm going to do it the way that Sarah and Sammy did it, which is one cut. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. So I'm going to zig to the right. And then I'm going to zag to the left. And then I'm going to zig to the right again.
That is my moon.
There's Sarah's moon. And now I'm going to follow. I'm going to run
Mom, do you
parallel.
think I'm done? Plotting?
That's your choice, honey. That's really up to you.
Yeah, I'm done.
You're done plotting?
So not going to glue.
Can you give me a second? Was that too long of a second? Hold on, I'm gonna show them how to
I went ahead.
zigzag.
First you went ahead, then I went ahead.
Yeah, you're ahead of me now. Okay, so I am going to cut a line parallel to the line I just cut. Parallel means it runs right along it, just a small distance away here for our lightning bolts. So 2 parallel lines are those that do not cross, and they run in the same direction. So here we go, right to left, and then I'm gonna actually have this parallel line
You did a big one.
point.
It's kind of small.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what size you do. So here's mine, okay? So here I'm gonna have mine coming out of my cloud. I have one coming, one's ripping out of the sky, one's coming down up from my cloud. I can even have it hit my tree. I'm gonna have it hit my tree, right into my tree.
Should I do it?
You can do whatever you'd like. Okay, so keep going.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I'm gonna add more rain coming from my clouds, maybe more leaves blowing off my tree. I might add another lightning bolt, but for now, what we're gonna do to end this video and wrap it up is we're gonna start gluing. And
Okay,
you
what
guys,
should I do first? This? The ground?
so let's talk about that. So we are going to work our way from the bottom, and we're gonna go up. The reason why we're gonna start at the bottom is because it makes it so we are not messing around. If we started from the top and glued down, then we could start moving all of our paper around. So I think the safest way to go is start at the bottom. And Sarah, what's the saying? A little bit of glue goes a long ways. So
like for your ground, if you did just straight, or if you did that, just do a straight line.
So what you want to do is you always, when you're gluing, you're going to take your paper and you're going to turn it over. What are you going to do?
You're going to turn it over.
You turn it over before you put the glue on.
Can I put it down?
Yep. And then a little bit of glue goes a long way. We're going to kind of follow the perimeter, which is the the edge around the paper. We're following the perimeter. See how many math vocabulary words we're using? Perimeter and all the shapes we did, and parallel lines. These are all math words we can use in art. A little bit of glue goes a long way. And now I've turned it over. Now I'm going to flip it back and I'm going to glue it down. So here's the trick though, Sarah, and everyone who's watching. I want you to try to keep your construction paper on.
No, it's really bent, so it's kind of going.
Yeah, it'll flatten though, I promise. I want you to try to keep your construction paper within the watercolor paper. It's going to make it way easier to mount them onto portfolios. Okay, so here's my other part of my ground right here. I'm going to flip it over, turn it over, flip it. A little bit of glue goes a long way, and I'm going to put the glue on the perimeter of my paper all around towards the edge, but not quite towards the edge. So not exactly the perimeter. So it's close to the edge, but if I put too much glue, what starts happening, Sarah?
It starts going all over the place.
It goes all over the place and gets really messy. Oh, I thought I had cut. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, there we go. Bless you. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up here. I just did 2 pieces. We talked about a little bit of glue goes a long way. Number 1, making sure that we turn our paper over when we glue so that our paper, when we put it back down, it's the way it's meant to face. And that if we're going to try our best to glue your construction paper directly onto the watercolored paper without going off the edges. If you do go off the edges, you can always use your scissors and you can trim it up. Okay? That's okay. That's okay. So finish up, glue everything down, make sure nothing is sticking up all around the edges.
Mom, it's like sticking up because it.
Oh, that's okay. That'll flatten. I'm just talking about that the glue is holding the paper to the construction paper down. Finish gluing up. When you're all done, I want you to take your art piece to a very safe place in your house to dry. So a place that possibly your pets or your siblings couldn't possibly get to and accidentally ruin. So make sure that it's in a safe place to dry. Once it's dry, I want you to paper clip it back onto to any other art. Not materials, what's the word I'm looking for? Art projects that you're finished with. So paper clip them together, check through your art.
Keep it like that because I can't really fit it.
Whatever you'd like. Make sure all your art projects have your name on it before you turn it in. Bring it back to school so that we can check you off that you've done it and get it into your portfolio. And you need to clean up your workstation. You're responsible for cleaning up, not the adults in your house. The glue, you close it up, wipe off the tip. Scissors, put them glue and scissors away, and your pencil and eraser away into your materials.
Don't do this right now. When you're done, do it.
Of course, when you're done. And clean up your workstation, meaning if you got glue anywhere, wipe up that glue, and then you're good to go. We will see you for the next art lesson, and Sarah and I can't wait to see your finished products.
This is where I go down, but that is the ones that I didn't.
Yeah, so Sarah is in the middle of gluing. So she's going to finish it up, and then she'll be ready for the next art lesson when we come back. All right? You want to say goodbye, Sarah?
Bye.
Bye. Hope you guys have fun with this, and we'll see you for the next lesson.